In 1925, French sociologist and anthropologist Marcel Mauss wrote the book The Gift, which explains the act of gift giving. He explains that within the process of giving a gift, there exists a three-part cycle: to give, to receive, and to reciprocate. Within this cycle, he argues that gifts move beyond simple material transactions, but represent a contract between the giver and the receiver. He therefore challenges the idea of a free gift while exploring how reciprocity shapes our social interactions. For our project, we wanted to explore 3 different ways that this idea of gift giving intercepts with our daily lives. Specifically, we looked at how this interacts with race and culture, gender, and capitalism.
One of the facets of gift giving that my group and I wanted to explore was the different ways that different cultures practice reciprocity and the similarities seen within those different cultures. What kind of inspired this for me, wanting to look more into this, was the differences between my culture and my boyfriend's culture, who comes from a traditional Nigerian family. I was thinking about how our different families practice gift giving. For his family, there's a big emphasis on food. Anytime I go to his house, they give me the gift of food. They'll even send me away with food to bring home to my family. That is how they show their love and care and respect towards me. For my family, when we wanted to show the same kind of reciprocity, we would give a bottle of wine or a plant, and that would show the person that we cared, loved, and respected them as well. Every culture has some kind of gift-giving principles that are unique and special to them. But what is important to note is that how that reciprocity is practiced in actuality will differentiate based on the different cultures and their values and traditions.
Another topic that my group wanted to discuss in terms of gift giving was gender roles and stereotypes. It is something that can be easily overlooked if you are not searching for it, but it is very prominent in the current society that we live in. I especially wanted to dive into the modern day ideals of romantic relationships. There was always pressure to give gifts in relationships, especially on birthdays and anniversaries. Often the masculine figure is expected to give more than the feminine figure, but both sides are expected to be involved in the gift-giving process. In heterosexual relationships, there is a focus that the man has to pay for everything, especially on the first date. They are expected to pay for dinner and anything else planned. But then comes the expectation that the girl is going to put out for them in return, even if they do not plan to. Outside romantic relationships, females are more likely to give gifts to multiple people, like friends and coworkers, while males are more likely to just give gifts in a romantic setting. This brings in the topic of reciprocity. Since they give a gift to someone for the birthday or an event, they expect one in return for their birthday. We wanted to explore how different society gender roles interact with the principles of gift giving.
Lastly, we wanted to talk about the impact of capitalism on gift-giving principles. As capitalism dominates so many aspects of society, it seems logical that it controls gift-giving as well. As we've talked about in class, there's an obligation to give gifts. This is especially true in the holiday season. We have the ever-expanding Black Friday sales, along with Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, and Giving Tuesday. There's an expectation perpetuated by these companies to buy and give during this time of year. There's also the expectation that reciprocated gifts will be at least equal to, if not higher than, the original gift in monetary value. To explore these different concepts more, we're going to venture out onto the UMass campus to conduct ethnographic interviews to see how our peers view how gift-giving intersects with race and culture, gender, and capitalism.
So how in your culture is reciprocity, giving and receiving gifts, practiced?
Okay, so I'm Greek. I've lived in the US most of my life, but most of my family is Greek, and I go back there often. So I guess like around the holidays, gift giving is a thing, but it's not, I guess, like the main aspect of Christmas. It's mostly just getting together, making a lot of food, celebrating. Gifts could be involved, but nothing crazy.
More about the food?
Yeah, more about like the food and just getting together and having a good time.
And do you think reciprocity values vary between different cultures?
They might. I think they can.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I've experienced like the American side of the holidays and also the Greek. I think that it does. Not like, gift giving is like the main aspect of like holidays in America, but it definitely, you walk into a store and that's kind of what's like being pushed on you.
How do gender stereotypes influence gift giving for you?
That's a great question. Well, for me, it's always harder to find gifts for the men in my life. And I feel like a lot of my gift giving centered around women is mostly for self-care and things like that. And for men, it's, like I said, it's kind of harder to find things. So I usually give them things that they can use for work and leisure and things like that.
We'll usually look at like their interests. So like for a boyfriend, I usually go towards clothes a lot of the times, and then girls a lot of the time it's more like maybe arts and crafts or jewelry.
And how are your relationships affected by these, whether it be a significant others or friends?
I'm definitely able to find better things for my girlfriends than I am for any partner or male family member in my life, so yeah.
How are you influenced by holiday media and advertisements to participate in the practice of gift giving and buying?
I don't think I'm too influenced because I don't look at ads really, and I'm just not the type of person to be influenced by ads.
I would say like seeing stuff around kind of makes me want to get my family more stuff, but
Do you feel like you're influenced by the little counters and like Ulta and things like
yes, 100%. Like the small little things that are like on like even at Target, like I get like the small little stuff, but yeah.
What factors do you consider when choosing which one of a variety of options of the same gift?
Something from the name brand usually.
And so, do you believe that you can have a gift that's free, or do you think there's always something attached?
I think it depends, because like some people might not ask for anything in return if you like, but other people, they're like expecting something in return, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I feel like it depends on the person, because or like the way you grew up. If you grew up by yourself, you might not expect anything in return, but like if you had to share or something, then like, oh, I'm expecting a gift from my brother, but then he's gonna expect a gift from me.
No, there's definitely free gifts. It's so much better when you don't expect anything, because when you don't expect something, it makes it 10 times more special because they wanted to do it, you know? And when you want to do it.
Yeah, I think, I agree with her. Free gifts are definitely something that are very nice when you're not expecting it. And you shouldn't feel the need to give someone something in return if they give something to you, and vice versa.
What about like birthday gifts? Do you think that's something if you get, you have to give it back?
That I just feel like it's nice. Like it's rude otherwise. If
Yeah.
I'm always getting you a gift for your birthday, I would want a gift for my birthday too, but I wouldn't expect a gift.
Yeah, I would never expect anything, but getting something would be nice. But if I don't get anything, their presence is good.
Yeah, definitely.
So after conducting these interviews around campus, we found that a lot of our ideas and original points actually did end up being true. And it shows us a lot of interesting things about how people in our generation view gift giving. How do you interpret gift giving?